So I wasn't really planning on making this video today, but it definitely feels like it's worth doing because, yeah, I've had a bit of a strange situation occur on my YouTube channel, and I've heard that a lot of YouTubers lately have been having similar issues. So I woke up this morning to my phone going completely crazy with notifications, and obviously I was a tiny bit confused as to what was happening so early on a Sunday morning. And I looked at it and I had already received 31 emails from YouTube. Now they all said something along the lines of, "Dear Mumbo Jumbo, your video with the title may have content that is owned or licensed by PEDL and Warner Chappell." So essentially is a copyright claim against my video. And I especially like in these emails that they say may. I mean, that definitely is the operative word here, because that totally isn't the case. But clearly they were pretty certain that it was, and the emails kept coming in. So it started off as 30, and then every 10 seconds or so, a new one would come in, and it's continued all throughout the morning, and I'm sure it will continue throughout the day. So far, they have copyright claimed just over 400 of my total catalogue of videos, and currently we are sharing the revenue on them for absolutely no reason other than they have just said, "Hey, I'm claiming this video," and that's it. And then they get a percentage of the revenue made from those videos. And you know, I don't really like talking about the monetary side of YouTube. I never really get into the details of that, but I make no secret of the fact that this is my full-time job. This is what I do for a living. And it is very frustrating to wake up one morning and find that a big company has come in and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna take a chunk of all the revenue that you've made from these videos, until you dispute it." Which brings me on to the kind of big point that I want to make here, which is that YouTube's content ID system is totally skewed towards the people who are making the claims. Because, I mean, as I say, they were making claims, a new claim every 10 seconds or so, and they were just firing them out, just in bulk. They were shooting them through to me, and yeah, within a couple hours, over 400 videos have been claimed. It was a really quick process, and from what I've read, it all seems to be totally automated. So there's no one involved, it's just an automated system. It's matching up content that they find, and they put a claim on it without really doing any research or looking into it. And as the creator, that's incredibly frustrating, because the reason that they're claiming is because of the songs that I use for my intros and outros. They're made by an artist called Proletter. He's a person that I have a good relationship with, and I have a written agreement with Proletter that says I can use his songs in my videos. So I am totally licensed to use them, but I'm in a guilty until proven innocent situation right here, where now I have to prove my innocence. Until then, I'm being punished, which is just, it's bizarre. Now, the method for disputing these things isn't exactly easy either. The whole process tends to take between 1 to 2 minutes, and I mean, that adds up. I mean, 400 disputes that I now have to do today means it's gonna take 800 minutes, which you can do the math on that one. That's, yeah, around about 12 hours. So it's a lot of disputing that I've got to do. And the worst part is that the wording that YouTube uses when it comes to disputing things is incredibly strong. So when you file a dispute to YouTube, they essentially say, by the way, if this dispute is found to be incorrect, you're actually disputing incorrectly, then we will take down your video, we will issue you with a copyright strike, and you only get 3 strikes on your channel before the whole channel gets removed. So essentially they're threatening you, saying, look, you best make sure that this dispute is correct, because otherwise we're going to remove you from YouTube. And that's fine, I guess, but there are 2 problems with that. Number one, when you get 400 claims made at you and it only takes 3 to get you banned, that definitely makes you a little bit nervous. But also, the most important thing is that these false claims that come in, these claims that have absolutely no grounding whatsoever, they're just automated, they get shot in, there's no repercussions to the claimant when they make a false claim. There's nothing. So they just go, "Oh, sorry, yeah, we made a mistake. I mean, I guess you're right. I guess it is yours. Don't worry about it. We'll move on." That's just, there should be some form of repercussions for the fact that a company has just levied 400 claims onto a YouTube channel, blanket across the board. If they've messed up all of those claims, I mean, surely there's something wrong there. And the other big issue with the dispute process is that when you actually file a dispute, it takes them 30 days to respond. So they have up to 30 days to actually get back to you and say that, oh, actually, no, yeah, this is totally yours. So not only is that stressful, you kind of don't know where you sit, but also the money that is generated by that video doesn't go to anyone. It just kind of sits in a pot in the middle. It just is not, it's not fair more than anything. I don't really know what to say on the matter. I'm frustrated because I've heard all about this. I've never faced it before personally. So this is my first experience kind of battling the content ID system, and it's a nightmare. And the worst thing is that YouTube definitely feels like YouTube wants to sweep it under the rug. Obviously, I've tweeted about it all morning. I wasn't really planning on making this video, but I didn't really get any answers from anyone. Partly maybe because it's a Sunday morning. Maybe that's why Warner Chappell have done it on a Sunday morning, because they know that I can't really do anything about it until Monday, so they'll kind of reap their rewards over the weekend. But yeah, it just feels like YouTube don't want to comment on the issue. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to even acknowledge it. Team YouTube, who is the kind of support team on Twitter, were responding to a ton of people all morning, and my tweet got absolutely no attention despite the fact that it currently has over 3,000 retweets. So clearly, I mean, someone at YouTube must have noticed by now. You know, it's disappointing. As someone who's been creating content on YouTube for over 7 years now, I mean, obviously we all know that YouTube is a business and they have to keep the big companies happy and they have to keep the advertisers happy. But it just in situations like this, it starts to become very blatant that actually things are definitely skewed towards those. And it feels like the smaller creators or the single content creators, the people who don't have massive teams of lawyers behind them, things like that, are kind of the ones that get pushed and shoved around a little bit. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to start manually filing disputes and start actually kind of writing out a response to every single copyright claim that comes in, saying something along the lines of, I do actually have written permission for this and this claim is not true, and then I have to sign off everything, then send off all my details and all that. I guess I've got to do that for every single claim that comes in, and that's if it only stays at 400. There is every chance that it is going to continue and wipe its way through my entire catalogue of videos, because pretty much all of my videos that I've made in the past 6 years have got the songs in it that Warner Chappell take such issue with me using. So, yeah, not the best situation. I will put Warner Chappell's details down in the description if you want to let them know about this situation. I will also, I'll include links to screenshots and the tweets that I posted so that you can retweet them and share those around, because that would be massively beneficial. But anyway, I thank you for watching. Thanks for all your support. Hopefully we can get all of this resolved, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.
So thankfully, YouTube's broken-ass policies have finally caught me, okay? So you guys know about demonetization and that whole issue, and you don't maybe at least know about how broken copyright is here on YouTube. So you may remember I think it's almost been a week now at this point, but I made a video called, Liberal Vape Shop Owner Freaks Out Over Trump Supporter. It was a video which I reacted to a 1 minute 30-second long clip of this video that was taken in a vape shop somewhere in Georgia, where a man who was wearing a Trump hat and shirt went inside this vape shop to try and buy something, and the shop owner, who was clearly a liberal, had a meltdown, borderline assaulted the guy. I reacted to the clip and talked about it, gave my opinion on it, kind of broke the whole thing down. Made a whole video about it, right? And for about a week, it was fine on YouTube. It was doing all right. It got demonetized for a while, which pretty much killed the growth of the video, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but videos that are demonetized don't really get promoted by YouTube anymore because it's not going to make money. So if a video gets demonetized, that's pretty much a rip and chat for that video. But I said, you know what, whatever, it's fine. And it ended up getting like 80,000 views, which was pretty good, and it did well. It kind of recovered, I'd say. So everyone seemed to enjoy the video. It had a really good reaction. People told me they liked the video and stuff, and I was really happy with it. But then I get an email just a couple days ago from some random company called, what is it? Here, let me find the email for you. The nice people over at Newsflare, okay, who I've never heard of. Let's go ahead and look up who these people are, because I have no idea who this is, okay? So, it's basically like Viral Hog, okay? You have a video, they approach you and offer you like $100, they own the rights to the video. So basically what happened, I guess, is that the guy who took the video that I reacted to in the clip was approached by these people at some point. They said, hey, we'll give you I don't know, $150 for the rights to that video, everything like that. And of course, he probably took it, and now they own the rights to that video, and then they put it into their content ID system and struck down any videos that matched any of that video, which obviously included mine since I reacted to the clip. And so my video was copyrighted and pretty much just got blasted out of the water at that point. Like, I couldn't monetize it at all. It was ineligible, which means it wasn't going to receive anything, wasn't gonna, you know, make me anything. I wasn't going to get the video to be promoted at all, pretty much. So it was pretty much over with. And if there was going to be any monetization on the video, it was going to go to these news flare assholes who struck my video. Now, what's funny about it is that I didn't, like, let's say, upload the whole video in its entirety, uncut, no commentary, anything. I added like 9 minutes of total commentary into that video, into like a 1 minute 30-second long video. So it was pretty transformative, I would say. I think even when you match it up against the definition of fair use, it was pretty transformative. So Stanford University's library's Copyright and Fair Use division has a real definition of fair use. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. What is fair use? In its most general sense, a fair use is any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. Such uses can be done without permission from the copyright owner. In other words, fair use is a defense against a claim of copyright infringement. If your use qualifies as a fair use, then it would not be considered an infringement. What is a transformative use? If this definition seems ambiguous or vague, be aware that millions of dollars in legal fees have been spent attempting to define what qualifies as a fair use. There are no hard and fast rules, only general guidelines and varied court decisions, because the judges and lawmakers who created the fair use exception did not want to limit the definition. Like fair speech or free speech, they wanted it to have an expansive meaning that it could be open to interpretation. Most fair use analysis falls into two categories: commentary and criticism, or parody. I think if you saw that video, which a lot of you did, we can all agree there was plenty of commentary and criticism. So by the definition of fair use, the video pretty much matched, okay? Because I make sure that when I'm talking about it, that I at least give my opinion on it, which I did. I said that both of them were in the wrong, and I gave a reason as to why both were in the wrong and how the whole situation could have been avoided, which I think we can all agree would be commentary and criticism. So it falls into that category. I think we could all agree. But thankfully, the nice folks over at Newsflare did not agree, okay? They did not agree that it fell within fair use. And here's the beauty of the YouTube copyright system, because I know many of you have never had to deal with anything like this. So when your video is claimed by a third party like Newsflare, right, you get this, you get the copyright on that video. Now, you can actually appeal that claim, right? You can make an argument as to why you think your video was in fair use, or why the copyright is illegitimate because maybe you own all of the material in the video or something like that, right? So you get a chance to appeal the claim and try to make a case. But here is the beauty of the broken YouTube system, folks. The people who claim your video, so in this instance Newsflare, they get to review whether or not what you did was fair use. So these people claimed my video. I obviously appealed it because I hoped that maybe they would do the right thing and they would release that claim and my video would go back to me and it would hopefully be my content once again. Since after all, the video matched fair use. But YouTube isn't the group that actually reads your appeal and decides whether or not they want to release the claim. They let Newsflare do that. For whatever reason, the people who claim your video are the ones who get to decide whether or not their claim is legitimate. So basically, it's, well, you can go ahead and appeal, but these people get to decide whether or not they were in the right. So let's say the police, I don't know, shot an unarmed civilian, right? And instead of the case going to trial for a jury to decide with all the evidence and whatnot there for everyone pretty much to see, let's say that they pretty much just went into a back room of the courthouse where no one really got to do anything or see anything, and they basically took a one-page piece of paper that I wrote, ripped it in half and said, alright, hey, do you want to decide whether or not you did was okay? That's pretty much the equivalent of what the whole YouTube system is for copyright. You can make a video that very clearly is within fair use. You can make a video that almost cannot be debated against being fair use because the general consensus of fair use is that if it's transformative and you comment upon it or critique it or parody it or something, you've pretty much used fair use as a legitimate defense. But apparently on YouTube, they don't care. And YouTube's system allows people like Newsflare to take advantage of the system. And in some situations, that actually means that the people who claim your video can take the ad revenue money from it. So that's also pretty cool. You know, if you're a small creator who does YouTube as their job, you know, their little passion project gone career, and some asshole multi-million-dollar company like Newsflare can just come along, snatch up one of your videos, and basically take your money for you creating content just because it centrally revolves around something that they came in and bought for $150. So thank you guys at Newsflare. I love you. You guys aren't total cunts. And the funny thing is that YouTubers have been speaking out about this for years. I'm not the only one, obviously, that this has ever happened to. And YouTube has never done anything to fix this situation. They've never tried to fix their system. And so creators like me, who make content on YouTube, can pretty much at any time fall victim to random claims. They can even be claims that are illegitimate altogether. I've had videos where I don't even use anything that belongs to anyone else, like I just make my commentary over a gameplay, and some random company will come in and just randomly strike at some random like 5-second clip in the video saying it's some song when it's very clearly not. It's happened like 3 or 4 separate times. And the great thing is that they get to decide whether or not that claim's right and whether or not basically they want to put their hand into your pocket and take your money. And here's the even better part, guys, okay? Because you can reappeal the claim after they've made their decision. So after they basically told me to go shove it, right, and that I basically used fair use, but, you know, they can decide whether or not it's fair use, I had a chance to reappeal it, okay? Now, the thing is number one, I don't know who gets to review it at this point. I don't know if YouTube reviews if I reappeal afterwards. I would hope that they would, because the circumstances and then the consequences are extremely fucking dire. So, if you appeal this claim again, okay, and they rule against you, so whoever reviews it, which might even be Newsflare, rules against me, the video is removed from YouTube entirely. All of the stats and stuff that counted towards my channel are removed, and I receive a copyright strike against my channel. Now, these copyright strikes can prohibit you from uploading content, they can prohibit you from live streaming, they can take away features from your YouTube channel. They're serious, okay? And if you get, I think, 3, they delete your entire goddamn YouTube channel. So even though I'm pretty confident the video was in fair use, okay? It matches the description from Stanford University. If I try to appeal my decision, and for whatever reason, either YouTube or Newsflare rules against me again, I receive a strike on my channel that can completely alter the way my channel works. How did anyone decide that that was an acceptable response, that that was an acceptable thing? But hey, guess what? If you go to YouTube's copyright school, you get real lucky, man. They'll take the strike off your channel after like 3 months. It's ridiculous, dude, okay? It's insane to me that we've gotten to this point. YouTube has been, for the last few years, isolating its creators more and more, but with actions like this going on the platform all the time, I'm not the only one this is happening to. You can't help but wonder if YouTube will ever have a true competitor, because we've been waiting on Amazon to do something about the YouTube problem for years now, okay? Now, of course, I could have taken this to court or something, right? I could have sued Newsflare for fair use, but number one, that's ridiculously expensive, and as a 18-year-old, I don't think I can really afford to pony up with a lawyer against Newsflare just to possibly be told by a judge who has no real idea about YouTube, how fair use works on YouTube, and a jury with pretty much the same, I guess, non-understanding of the situation, that this company is in the right. So I'm just really glad that I've escaped the situation without a strike. I'm not going to appeal it any further. I'm not even going to risk it. It's not worth it to me. I'm just going to move on. I mean, if you enjoyed that video, I'm sorry, but I had to take it down. I wish it could have stayed up, but it wasn't gonna, I was gonna keep it up just in case, like, maybe it got more views and obviously people would see it and they'd enjoy it and they'd subscribe or something, but that's not gonna happen because the video's ineligible for monetization. It's not gonna get recommended pretty much really at all. And yeah, I don't feel like risking the strike because these idiots get to possibly decide that fate once again. Yeah, this whole system's broken, YouTube is broken, and I don't know. I don't know how to react, really. I'm upset about it. I mean, I enjoyed that video. I mean, I love my videos. That's the whole reason I make them. I mean, YouTube's my favorite hobby, and I enjoyed that video, and a lot of you guys did too, and now it's gone completely because some asshole company, right? So, oh well. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to bite that bullet. Hopefully YouTube decides one day to fix their stupid-ass broken copyright system, and hopefully one day creators actually start getting the respect from YouTube that we deserve, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen, so thank you guys for watching and listening to me bitch for like, I don't know how long, honestly. Anyways, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here, follow me on Twitter at @SubToOptimus, join the Discord down below. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps my channel tremendously, especially in situations like this, where my financial stability is possibly impacted on YouTube by demonetization, false copyrights, unfair shit like that, kinda. Your guys' $5 a month, it really helps support my channel, and it helps me kind of circumvent issues like this. So if you'd like to become a member and help my channel, you can do so at the join button down below by the channel name or by the subscribe button. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Join the Discord down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, pulling false copyright strikes, and signing out.
We have a very serious problem on this platform. Oh, by the way, this is my face reveal. I know it's a good face, isn't it? I've worked very hard on this face. And also, just to get this out of the way, those books don't actually usually go there. I've just put them there for the sake of this video to make me look more learned than I actually am. A few moons ago, I uploaded a video called The Crimes of Grindelwald, Why It's the Worst. And basically it was a deconstruction of the recent Fantastic Beasts film, and basically asking why it's considered to be the worst film associated with the Harry Potter IP. And in this video I provide this critical analysis of why the film is bad, looking at the structure and the conflict, and looking at various different dramatic devices, and using all of that as sort of a case study to take away a few writing lessons some of my fellow writers out there can learn from. All in all, it was a perfect example of fair use. But cutting straight to the chase, Warner Brothers copyright claimed my video, blocking it in all countries. Within half an hour, I disputed the claim, as any sane-minded person would do, because it's obviously fair use, and they were like, nope, you do not have fair use. And basically, this is actually quite fun, is my video was manually claimed, which means it didn't automatically, the algorithm didn't find it. I mean, like, an employee of Warner Brothers saw my video with it as it like came out and was like, huh, Henry's uploaded a new video. It's clearly meets all the criteria for fair use. You know, it's transformative, it's educational, it's providing criticism, it's doing all of that stuff. Clearly puts heart and soul into this video. He doesn't have the right to criticize us, but let's just claim it and take it down so nobody can see it. Now, what I find really interesting is after I sent my reply, they doubled down, right? Warner Brothers, they doubled down, you hear me? They said, no, Henry, we are certain, we are sure, absolutely certainly sure that what you're doing is not fair use. You do not have the right to use our content, right? I mean, they basically said that, but they didn't remove the claim. However, they did change it so it was no longer blocked worldwide. They were just monetizing it. All of the AdSense from my hard-earned work was going right into their pocket. I think I just thought of the perfect metaphor for this sort of copyright relationship between me and Warner Brothers. It feels like I'm the ruler of Cloud City, right? I'm Lando Calrissian, and Warner Brothers is Darth Vader.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This deal gets worse all the time. I upload once every 3 weeks, and for each video it takes about 13 days of like full-time work to get that video done and out. And for the number-savvy portion of you watching, you might be thinking, hang on, wait, so Henry uploads once every 3 weeks, he works 13 days of those 3 weeks on the closer look. What the hell does he do with the rest of his time? Just play video games and wake up at 1 PM? Well, to those people, I must say yes, and yes, respectively. A lot of you don't know about this right now, but I am currently working on a novel. My dream career is to be a full-time author and also be running the closer look on the side and sort of handling my sort of novelist career and the closer look hand in hand, and that's where I'm trying to go with my career. And later this year, probably, if I can get it done in time, my debut sci-fi novel will be out and finally out there, so if you want to buy that when it comes out, then please do so. Hashtag shameless self-promo. But what is the purpose of this video? So this video has been going on for quite a while now, and I haven't really said why this video is being made. So instead of basically exposing Warner Brothers Entertainment for abusing fair use and copyright systems on YouTube for their own financial advantage, the copyright system on YouTube is something that everybody is whinging about, yet most people don't know much about it. I'm not trying to stand like above everyone else, like I am a professional whinger. Literally the purpose of my channel is to analyze stuff and whinge about it. That's literally my job description. Okay, so alright, every time I see people talk about the copyright system on YouTube, they always sort of say it like this. YouTube needs to change their system for how to file a copyright claims. This is ridiculous. You would think YouTube would have competition by now, based on how the platform has been so against artists and creators. YouTube is going to shit. I hope another platform grows soon to give creative content creators the proper respect and payment they deserve. The truth is, 99% of people blame YouTube for the copyright system. 99% of people are wrong.
1 million dislikes!
Now, what I'm saying next isn't just blind speculation, it's not just some, like, ignorant opinion. I like to think that I've really looked up on this. I've spoken to YouTube employees, I've had a small Q&A with them, like privately speaking. I've read a lot of articles, I've obviously been on the platform for like about 6-7 years at this point. And the truth about the YouTube copyright system, it's actually pretty good.
1 million dislikes! Can we get 1 million dislikes?
Wait, did Henry just say he likes the copyright system on YouTube? Yes, I did. I think given the cards on the table, YouTube has done pretty much everything that could be reasonably expected of them in their power to make the copyright system as friendly to creators like me and potentially you and everyone else around. But before you dislike the video, leave an angry comment and leave, please give me the chance to explain why. But in order to explain why YouTube's copyright system is actually pretty good, we need to first understand the US copyright law. So I'm not going to bore you with like the nitty-gritty details and the boring names of things, but basically in US law there are these things called safe harbor laws, which apply to sites like Facebook, YouTube, and all the other big social media sites. Basically, safe harbor laws mean that the platform is not responsible for the actions of its users. So if I personally were to upload the entire film The Dark Knight to YouTube, you know, as I do, because you know us video essayists, we can't go 2 videos without at least mentioning the Dark Knight trilogy, but if I were to upload the whole film The Dark Knight, and through some miracle the YouTube algorithm didn't detect it, YouTube, legally speaking, is not responsible whatsoever for my actions. However, if Warner Brothers sees the video and then sends a message to YouTube saying, hey, we want this video taken down, YouTube, legally speaking, has to oblige. Because if they don't oblige, they get sued. If YouTube themselves turned to the copyright holder and said, sorry, you've requested to take this video down, but in our opinion, the video is fair use, we're going to leave it up. If YouTube did that, in that moment, those safe harbor laws come tearing down, YouTube is vulnerable to being sued. Right? And imagine YouTube doing that for hundreds of thousands of channels. Like, even if YouTube had that army of people to, you know, look at all the videos out there and determine if the copyright claims were fair use or flagrantly false, even if YouTube were to do that, they would pretty much be vulnerable to be sued on every single time they turned around and said no to the copyright holder. As you can imagine, that's a lot of lawsuits. I'm not saying that YouTube is infallible. I'm not saying that. YouTube screwed up so many times in the past with monetization, and like their copyright system is sometimes inaccurate. Sometimes there are just automatically just wrong claims because the copyright algorithm just doesn't work, right? Sometimes that happens. But what I'm saying is, in this specific aspect, in the terms of copyright and the fact that all the copyright holder has to do is say, hey, we think we own that, and the video goes down immediately, don't get angry at YouTube for that. They're just doing what's legally required of them. The first way to make real change is to go after the companies. But the second, and by far the most effective way to cause change, is to go to the lawmakers and get this on their radar. That's the aspect of this that nobody speaks about. It's something that we should all be doing as a whole community, as the entire YouTube community. We should all be going to the US lawmakers, not getting angry at them, but mentioning this to them, telling them this system is fundamentally broken. It is decades out of date, doesn't work in this current system. There is no option 3. There is no third option. It's either get angry at the companies or go to the lawmakers and get them to change the way the law is written. Those are the only two things you can do that will have any effect. We as a community have been whinging about this for like 10 years straight now, just constantly, just endlessly whinging about it to YouTube, expecting YouTube to fix their system. YouTube has done everything they can. The rest has to be done from the very root of the cause, which is the laws themselves. Okay, but let me outline the real problems with this system, like the fundamental core problems with the copyright system. The truth is when a copyright holder looks at my videos and decides, hey, we own that video, no matter what I do from then on, I am guilty. Doesn't matter what I think. My opinion is irrelevant. The only opinion that matters is the opinion of the accuser. Does that make much sense? The foundation of any good justice system. Innocent until proven guilty. Well, the justice system with the copyright online on YouTube, it's not just guilty until proven innocent. It's not just that, it is that. But it's not just that. It's guilty, full stop. The very second a claim is made by a copyright holder, in that moment, I am guilty. End of. That's the end of the discussion. I'm guilty from then on. There is no trial, there is no exchange of evidence, there is no conversation. I'm guilty from then on. Okay, I say it's guilty upon accusal. Now, theoretically, it's not, right? Theoretically, the copyright system on YouTube isn't guilty upon accusal, but it is. Let me explain why. Because I have the ability, when Warner Brothers does this bullshit, right now I could refute their claim and go back a few times, I could hire a lawyer, I could then take a plane ticket to America where I have to fight this in court. I'll have to, over the course of about a year, I'd have to shell out maybe $200,000 US to fight this lawsuit. I'd have to spend about a year's worth of my time stressing all over this, all for the sake of one video, all for the sake of about $2,000 in ad revenue. Any human being who has even half of a functional brain will see that that is a tremendously dumb, flawed, and stupid system. And the thing is the copyright holders know this. They are so aware that this system is so overwhelmingly in favor of the big copyright holders that they just abuse it. Just a little segue. Marvel Studios and Disney are actually great with this. But I've uploaded videos in the past where I sort of whinge on the cinematic universe of Marvel's universe and sort of say it's bad. I mean, I made a video The Last Jedi, how comedy can kill a movie or whatever. And I've been highly critical of Disney's and Marvel's products, and they have never once ever abused the system to try and silence me or take away my revenue. But to Disney and Marvel, I just want to say thank you. Very well done. You guys are respecting the system. So to you guys, a big thumbs up. Like I said, court cases cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is my parents' house. This is my bedroom in near the loft in my mum's house. How am I supposed to be able to fund a $200,000 lawsuit and just for the sake of getting $2,000 back and also invest a year of my time and get really stressed out about this? It's a really dumb system. And also what's pretty good is even if the copyright claim is 100% false. They have claimed that I use copyrighted content which I don't use in the video. Objectively speaking, the claim is wrong, right? Because it's not a matter of fair use. I simply didn't even use the stuff they say I did. Even then, the same applies. The exact same applies. Even in those cases, I still have to lawyer up and get this in front of a judge's eyes in order to remove the claim. I think only like 2 or 3 times in my life have I had those sort of totally false claims, and generally I don't personally have problems with it. But here's one for you. H3H3, they uploaded a video which was literally just a clip from their podcast. Like, someone claimed they used the song like Sex is on Fire or something by like Madian or something. Like, they claimed a song was used in the video which was not used in the video, and they refused to remove the claim. This company made an entirely false claim of copyright, and H3H3 did not have the ability to get it removed, even though it was totally, objectively speaking, a wrong claim. They still were powerless, and the copyright holder was still taking all their money from the AdSense. How is anyone happy with this system? Like how? Like, how was it not improved already? Let me really hammer this home. This is my home run. This is my big swing. Okay, so let me give you the brief rundown of how any functional court would work. You know, you've got the defendant, which in this case would be me. You've got the prosecution, which, you know, is Warner Brothers in this case. And then you've got the judge and the jury. Now, the judge and the jury have to be impartial. Like, if it gets found out after the trial that a member of the jury was, like, actually associated with the case and had an incentive to give a guilty or non-guilty verdict, the entire result of the trial can be called into question. Right? That's how seriously a good court takes the whole impartiality of the judge and the jury. With YouTube, with this system, here's how it works. You've got me, the defendant. You've got Warner Brothers, the prosecution. But also, you've got Warner Brothers as the judge and Warner Brothers as the jury. Warner Brothers is entirely in charge of this case. Right, now theoretically this isn't the case because I have the ability to take it higher, to take it to a real court where I'll get impartially judged, but as I just said, that takes like a year's worth of time and hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I just don't have. But as I said earlier, if there is even a whiff of doubt that the judge and the jury are not impartial and have a personal bias in the case, the entire result gets called into question, and rightfully so. So when you have the prosecution also being the judge and also being the jury, do you see the tremendous conflict of interest that happens? The prosecution and the judge and the jury have a massive incentive to give a wrong verdict, because it means that if they give a guilty verdict, they get money. For every case they award themselves, their wallet gets a little thicker. And that's what happens. That's how the copyright system works on YouTube. It's like, this is why it's guilty upon accusal, because the prosecution, the guy who accuses you, is also the one who decides your sentence and decides if you're guilty or not. You know, in the sense, that's literally how this works. It's just not fair. I don't want to sound like a child giving a little whinge, but it's just not fair. I have no power. No creator has power here. The truth is, in order for this to get better, there are only 2 things that can happen. Either A, Susan Wojcicki, who's the CEO of YouTube, goes completely insane, decides to ignore all of the claims from copyright holders, and gets YouTube sued into oblivion by hundreds of thousands of lawsuits. Or B, the US government changes its copyright laws to be more fitting with the digital age. So really, the only option is B, right? That's the only way this can get better. Whinging at YouTube, sending angry tweets to Susan Wojcicki, all of it is not going to help a bit. The only thing that will help is by talking to politicians and getting this on their radar. Now, I say that the US government should change the system, but it's one thing to just say, just change it and make it better, and it's another thing to actually say that and also provide some like realistic goals and sort of, as a creator, my opinion on what the perfect system would look like in this way. Well, I've actually got a good suggestion, I like to think. But the way we need to move forward, the way this needs to improve, is we need to find a way to deal with these copyright claims in a way that's 99.9% cheaper than it currently is, and 99.9% faster than it currently is, which is a lot to ask for, but it's honestly the only way we can actually move forward and improve this whole situation. Okay, but the thing is in order to do that, the US government would need to fundamentally change fair use laws. They'd need to. Like that's there's no getting around that. They'd have to fundamentally change the way the fair use works in the US. But ideally in this new system, right, what you'd have is anytime the creator uses the fair use excuse when accused of copyrighted content, or, you know, says, hang on a second, this is a flagrant false claim, I don't even use the content they're saying I'm using, a single member of this board, just one person, will look at this video, will review the case over about a 10-minute period, maybe 5-minute period, and then decide conclusively if it's fair use or not. Now, obviously, that's a big ask. Like, that is not an easy task. It's almost a pipe dream, because it requires the US government actually has to change the laws to work in a common sense way, which is and it's a big ask, I know. It's very unlikely that'll ever happen. Here's how it works, right? So you have all the criteria for fair use. You know, for example, is it educational? Is it transformative? Is it for review? Is it non-profit? You know, all of the fair use criteria. And if a video meets 4 of the fair use criteria to a reasonable degree, it's objectively fair use, and the employee, the worker, will see it meets 4 of the criteria, thus it's fair use. They'll click a button, and the moment they click that button, it is legally fair use. If the video meets 3 or 2 out of all the criteria, that's a bit more of a grey area, and I think that's when it should be up to the discretion of the worker to think, okay, so it's maybe a bit of a grey area, is this fair use or not? And they decide if it's fair use or not. And if a video only meets 1 of the fair use criteria, it only does one thing that's fair use, that's objectively not fair use, and the rights default to the copyright holder. I think that is the best way to do it. And also what's good, right? I, as the creator, have 1,000 words to outline why what I'm doing is fair use, and I will refer to the legal documents, and I'll sort of say all the criteria I meet and explain why, and give little examples as to why I meet those criteria. And Warner Brothers has the exact same opportunity. They have those same 1,000 words to give a detailed argument as to why what I'm doing is not fair use, why I do not meet the criteria, and then the employee will review both sides of the argument and make an informed decision. And like, they will obviously have an in-depth knowledge on all laws, copyright, and all laws fair use, and they will decide. Realistically, it's stupid that you need to go through a $200,000 massive legal case to decide something as simple as, is a 10-minute video on YouTube fair use? And I think anyone who's got half a functional brain would realize that actually it's, when you think about it, it's really quite ridiculous that it's so time consuming and so expensive to simply get it in front of the eyes of someone who's informed with legal power to decide if it's fair use or not. I think that kind of system where you've got like it's almost like an industrial scale deciding on fair use through and no one's actually speaking. Like there is no you physically turn up there. It's just they look at their computer screen. On the left is the arguments from the creator as to why it's fair use. Left is the arguments from the copyright holder as to why it's not. In the middle, you've got like the video. They watch it. It's I can imagine it now, and it would be such a simple system, right? And what's really good about this is big, massive companies like Warner Brothers. This is what I'm pretty sure these big companies do, is they have their employees looking at these copyright claims on YouTube, and they do this when they review them. Deny, 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 without even reviewing them, without even looking on a case-by-case basis and actually using their brains to think if it's actually fair use or not. Now the way it is Warner Brothers will have to actually look at the video and actually look on a case-by-case basis, because if they don't, they can do that thing where they just mass flag all the videos, but that worker will speed through it, see the fact that, you know, Warner Brothers has copy-pasted some general disingenuous response which doesn't even apply to the video, while the creator has done like a really actually detailed, well-tailored argument as to why it meets all the criteria. And in those circumstances, the worker will default to just saying, well, the creator knows what they're talking about, the copyright holder clearly doesn't give a damn because they haven't even spent the time to say why it's not fair use, goes to the creator, right? That's the way it really should work. 34.4% of you watching this right now are American, which means that you have the responsibility here. For those 34.4% of you, you have the power, right? You are the ones who decide how this changes, because apparently the world is subjective to US laws. For some reason. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of it, but I guess we are. So you have the power. So please message your local politicians and like any politicians you can. Basically get this on their radar. Maybe show them this video if you want, but there's probably a little too much swearing and a little too much comedy for your politicians to enjoy it, because as we all know, politicians don't have any sense of humour. But please, if you actually want to make a real difference, you don't just want to go on Twitter and have a little whinge in the comments. You want to actually make a real difference to the world in this way. Please message and email your local politicians and get this issue on their radar. That's the best way, the most effective way, the most long-term way to improve this for everyone. This will be improvement for everyone. But, you know, just a few parting words. We hit 400,000 subscribers like a week ago, or like a few days ago. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. I've never really been a person to celebrate milestones. That's just not who I am as a person. But I will say, very good. It's very good. We were at 400,000 subscribers. Also, if you guys want to help support me making my video essays, please go down below to my Patreon page and pledge maybe just even $1. Just a single $1 will help me, and when you do that as like a big group, that helps me so much. And thanks to you guys on Patreon, I actually have stability, a little bit of stability in this job. So massive thank you. Please message politicians, make them know that this is an issue tremendously affecting our generation and will affect whether or not our generation votes for them or not. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on The Closer Look.
Here, I'm going to complain about YouTube, okay? Yay.
This is what you come here for.
Papa John Mutiny, okay? This is a highlight. Claimed by whoever these cocksuckers are for a song, Sex on Fire. Okay, here's an interesting little fact. We didn't use that song. It's not even in the clip. So I file a dispute, and there's not even an option for this, whatever you claimed isn't even in my video.
Mm-hmm. So
there's not even an option of like, fuck off. Right. So anyway, I don't remember what I did. I think I did like,
I think you just did like, it's fair use or something. My use is fair or something, even though you didn't use it.
I don't know what I did.
How the hell would that even get in there?
Well, I didn't know what I did, but I just basically said in the description, this song did not appear in the video, so release your claim. And so here's the best part. These are these huge media companies that just go on rampages of claiming videos because there's no recourse. There's no accountability. They get free money, and they have no reason not to claim every single video. I'm waiting for one of these guys to just claim every single video on YouTube. They're like, fuck, yeah. No, you use Sex on Fire.
The way the law is written, there's no recourse or
well, technically,
punishment for a false claim?
It's so broad, it says in good faith. So
yeah, I mean,
you could. I think that a claim like this for something that's not even in the video isn't in good faith, but you're bringing a lawsuit against a company for something so, you know, it's just, and there's no damages. It's like it's pointless. You know what I'm saying? You would need to have like a huge class action lawsuit to show like tons of damage over like thousands of users. It would be so complicated to actually litigate that.
Way.
So expensive and complicated to litigate that, and they know it. And as far as I'm aware, they've never been held accountable for this shit. Here's the options. These are all these except for fair use, I think, or well, most of them except for fair use are just like YouTube's way of being like, see you later, idiot. Here's what you get when you try to dispute it. I own the CD. That's YouTube being like, see ya. I think if you click that, they're like, you don't have a reason to.
You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm not selling the video or making any money. That's a skip. I gave credit in the video. That's a skip. Video is my original content, and I own all the rights to it, so that one's fine. I have a license or permission. That one's fine. Meets fair use. That one's fine. Content is public domain. So those ones are all fine, actually. Fine claims to make. So I don't remember which one I did, but their response is what really makes this powerful. They responded by, I disputed it, and they responded by rejecting my dispute.
Who is they? And
This huge media companies.
yeah,
I don't know.
not YouTube. I mean,
No, not YouTube.
yeah.
This media company. I don't know what SPA. There's like 7 of them. So I said, hey, your song's not even in the video. That's the first level. You dispute that. And then they came back. They rejected my dispute. And they said, I don't fucking care. I'm keeping it. Sex on Fire.
I think the worst thing is that they accused us of using Kings of Leon.
I didn't even know what that was. It was
Yeah,
some pop
I
song.
don't
I
even
never,
know.
it's like, what? So I'm like, okay, that's insane. The fact that they would dispute it. So now I am forced to go one step further in the process. And at this point, you basically say, your song's not in the video, leave me alone. And they have the option to strike and remove the video. So there's something wrong with YouTube, though, because 3 of our last 3 videos have been claimed. Like the frequency of claiming videos and just erroneous and shameless claims have I mean, 3 of our last videos, and
it feels like there's like a bunch of new companies that have like a whole division that is just this.
I think
they're
they have
just claiming stuff.
I think they have tools because you cannot go watch videos. They have some kind of automated tools that match it. In this case, it's wrong. And they don't even put in the effort to reviewing it. I mean, YouTube has got to regulate these people because they're running amok right now. It has not been this bad ever, I don't think. I just want to show you, YouTube's been on a crazy unmonetizing, just out of nowhere, your old shit. Look at this. Try to explain half of these. Prank Invasion, a closer look. These horrible designs are unreal, crappy designs. Prank Invasion starts World War III. Is PewDiePie a racist? Toy channels are ruining society. Crazy feminist triggered by Lyft driver. That title's so cringy. A crazy feminist gets triggered. Oh, that's so cringy, too. It's a different time, wasn't it? Featuring Humongous. Dicks out for Harambe. Which is like a kid's... I mean, it's like, give me a break.
That video is demonetized? Like,
Yeah,
all we
just
do,
because it has an asterisk, I think.
all we do is a face swap.
No, it's the most wholesome Joey Salads. The deleted social experiment. Prank Invasion. The dangers of social media. Girl virtually assaulted in GTA. Sia Israel.
A vlog.
It's a vlog. Baby Love Your Body. Allison Gold. DJ Khaled EXE. Kissing
So
Pranks
many.
the Original. DJ Khaled celebrates Hold You Down. Allison Gold. ABCDEFG. And so many more. It's just older
That's
stuff.
crazy.
But like these are a lot of our main big videos that people
71 videos? That's the total at the top?
Yeah, 71. I mean, a lot of them are old, probably like 20 or 30 of them are, but these are our cream of the crop. These are our money earners.
I mean, yeah, because they still get views over time, so it's such a big
Well,
chunk.
a lot of the old ones are unlisted,
Okay.
but the ones I'm showing you are big earners,
No, yeah, those are really...
and some of our most viewed videos. So,
Yeah.
and they don't tell you. They just just a day ago, I saw just randomly in my email, like 5 new videos, like of our biggest ones, like not suitable. It's like, okay,
It's weird.
why?
Yeah, why?
Who cares? So shout out to YouTube and to the copyright system for helping to encourage creators and to be a very encouraging environment.
Sit down, this is important. No editing, one taking it. This is a big, important, shitty issue that we need to talk about. So there is a system on YouTube called the Copyright Content Claim System. Now, sometimes this has its little blips and blorps and it doesn't always fully work, but there is an enormous problem right now with people and corporations in the music industry that are unlawfully and religiously claiming works that were made fully legally by YouTube channels. Music groups, music corporations, and their studios, or whoever the fuck is behind it, they've been incessantly claiming that their copyrighted work is infringed upon in YouTubers' videos for quite some time now. You want to know what kicked off this thing today? I got shit to do today. I don't have to fucking talk about this. I made a video a couple of weeks ago about the Bohemian Rhapsody thing that's going around. If you don't know, there's a lot of YouTubers that were pretending to hear Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time. So I made this video about it where I talk about the issue. The video is called, Why is Everybody Lying About Bohemian Rhapsody? I talk about the issue. I don't play even a fucking microsecond of the song. Not at all. Boom, what do I wake up to today? Oh, this claim was manually claimed, not even an automatic detection. Some motherfucker, fuck you, went in and manually claimed this video as containing stuff from EMI Music Publishing. Manually fucking claimed. Now this is not an issue that I am new to at all, because as you may know, in the past I have had big videos like Wipe It Like It's Hot, where I go into the fucking bathroom and play... Look, I'm playing Drop It Like It's Hot on a paper towel dispenser. Guess who fucking claimed that? Music industries, motherfucker. Oh, they said, oh, that's copyrighted material that you're using in there. Not the case. Here's another situation. If you even put the names of artists or songs in your titles sometimes, you will be subjective, that's not a word, I'm not editing, to have their stuff be fucking copyright claimed. I made a video a while ago called The Hills paper towel cover. You know that young man on the road, he doing promo. Looks like this video just got fucking claimed. There was a paper towel dispenser that sounded like the synthesizer in the beginning, so I did that, I ripped it off and it sounded like that. Fucking claimed. Fucking claimed. Here's me playing the Star Wars theme song on 10 instruments really badly. Fucking claimed. This is not a problem that is unique to me at all, because just before this I had a series of manic discussions with wonderful people like Eddie Burback, Danny Gonzalez, and Leon Lush. And let me tell you, oh my god, this is a huge site-wide problem. Danny Gonzalez told me just now that he has had dozens of videos get copyright claimed by Universal Music Group, the most egregious fucking transgressor of this whole claiming thing. Universal Music Group especially is going and claiming videos like fucking nuts. Are you familiar with a patent troll is? A patent troll is somebody that buys up patents and sits on them and waits for people to like fucking fuck up so they can sue them. This is what's happening now with Universal Music Group, with tons of other music publishing sites. Let's look at another example here. Leon Lush. You know Leon Lush has been hit with dozens here. Can you see this fucking screenshot? Dozens. Look at that. UMG. Actually, this is Danny Gonzalez, his fucking mailbox. I messaged Leon right before that. Just minutes before, he got hit with another copyright claim from Universal Music Group. Just minutes before, I messaged him asking if I could include his situation in this video. These fucking music groups are going and claiming that their work is used in videos when most of the time no music at all appears in the videos, and some of the time commentary channels are talking about other videos that are using maybe a half a second, a couple seconds of copyrighted music, and these companies, these shitholes, are claiming the entire video. What does this mean if a video is claimed? If a video is claimed, I haven't showered today, if a video is claimed, then you, the YouTuber, need to file a dispute to try to say, no motherfucker, that's my note. That's my tall G note, okay? And then they have 30 days, they being the companies that claim the shit, to either drop the suit or let YouTube come in and say, who's right here? Now the thing is, if you lose, and you, the YouTuber, are going to lose a lot of the time if you try to dispute these claims, if you lose, then that fucking company that claimed your video stuff, they get the monetization going forward on your video. If it goes to your favor, if you, the YouTuber, win the dispute, then you retain all of the money that has been kept during that trial period, and you are fine. The thing is, you are not very easily going to just win this shit. The other examples that I talked about, like the Hills paper towel cover and the Star Wars thing, I lost those fucking disputes. No reason whatsoever. You're done. You can't file more claims. Eddie Burback, too. You know Eddie. Love the boy. He's not here now, but he lives with me. Eddie Burback made a video about Nicole Arbor, who made a parody cover song of Donald Glover's This Is America. And Eddie showed the parody cover song, a couple seconds of those, you know, fucking music videos that Nicole Arbor made in Eddie's video. And the publishing group that owns and operates with Donald Glover, they fucking successfully claimed the video. What the fuck is going on? I'm sorry if this sounds like some insane manifesto, but this is just out of control. It's terrible. It is literally big companies and greedy motherfuckers coming in and stealing shit from people, trying to just cause a fucking stir. If you are some company that is okaying these decisions, if you are one of the people, God forbid, that is going in and manually claiming these things, how the do you live with yourself? Fuck you. Do you like going home? What do you tell your kids when you go home at the end of the day? Hey, Dad's home. What'd you do today? Oh, I just fucking stole from a bunch of creative people. What are we having for dinner tonight? Are you gonna make us something for once? Bitch. You're getting fucking kid cuisine again. Where's Daddy's scotch? Go to your room. What are we gonna do about this? I know it's right before the holidays. I know there's important shit going on. I know it's not the best time to have some big scandal thing pop up, but it is out of control and it cannot happen anymore. These are people's paychecks. These are their monthly earnings that are getting fucked with completely unreasonably. I'm just a kid in my room. Half the site is fucking kids in their room. I don't know what to do about this legally, but I think it's incredibly important that we bring this to people's attention, that we talk about this. Please share this video. Even if you don't want to give me any fucking clout, just go tell people about it. Don't even credit me. Just tell people that this is going on. Help. Please, YouTube, reach out to me. Fix this shit. I want to be able to play a little TTT Mobile and not get demonetized, okay? And by the way, special thank you to the wonderful people in this video that let me use their stories. This is the only thing I prepared. Go subscribe to Eddie Burback. He's hilarious. Go subscribe to Dan Gonzalez. Also hilarious. Go subscribe to Leon Lush. He's very hilarious too. This is Sven Johnson. He's my brother. He's hilarious. He's not in this video, but I didn't get him a Christmas present, so fucking subscribe to him so I can save a couple bucks. Just kidding. I'll get him something too. So subscribe to these boys, make some noise, and let's get this shit back together, YouTube. What the fuck? Da-da, da-da-da-da. I'm not going to do the outro, so. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Hello and welcome and thanks for tuning in. The reason I'm making this video is that someone stole my song The Calling on YouTube. Now you're probably wondering, how could this happen? How can somebody steal a song which has 47 million views, which is making around 100,000 views every day? How can somebody just take that and take the monetization away from the creator of the video? It's simple. He was covered by YouTube. Let me explain. I produced and released The Calling in 2016. I wrote the song together with two friends. I paid Laura for the vocals, I paid Jordan Grimmer for the artwork, invested in promotion, publishing was registered, I got a universal product code, and so on. The reactions were great, I was really lucky, everybody loved the song, and it was running fine on YouTube until November 19th, where I got a mail from YouTube saying that someone named Ramjets claimed my video. Which means that the video is still running, but the revenue from advertising now goes into his pocket instead of my pocket. Well, okay, I thought, mistakes can happen, I'll just dispute the claim and everything will be fine. And that's what I did. I sent all the information to YouTube, all the different registering and the label copy and everything. Roughly a month later, on December 12th, I got an email from YouTube saying that my dispute was reviewed by Ramjets and they decided not to approve my dispute. Oh, and I could appeal this decision, but once again, they would review it and I could end up with a strike on my account, which means I probably would completely stop earning revenue from my music on YouTube. So the claimant gets to review the dispute. The guy who wants to have my song, he gets to decide if he actually owns my song. Awesome. So I reached out to YouTube directly. When your channel has more than 100,000 subscribers, you get a person directly at YouTube who's responsible for you, which I really appreciate, by the way. And I reached out to her, and she escalated the problem within YouTube, reached out to her, the copyright team or whatever, and they said that the content owner, and by content owner, they mean Ramjets, not me. So the content owner has reaffirmed their claim to the video, and they gave me an email from Ramjets, and if I still believe that my songs belongs to me, I should resolve the dispute with them. And also, YouTube does not mediate copyright disputes. Yeah, YouTube does not mediate copyright disputes. So first they give away my video to some random company just because they say they own it. And after they did this, they say, oh yeah, but it's not our problem anymore. We don't get involved. Great. So I thought, okay, at least I have this email. So I reached out to 1825liam@gmail.com. But guess what? I never got an answer. So I tried to find out who Ramjets is. Their YouTube channel has not a single upload and no contact information. Their website, for sale. Facebook, doesn't exist. Instagram, doesn't exist. Twitter actually did exist, but the last post was from 2014, and a few days ago they deleted that too. So once again, I reached out to YouTube and said, hey, there's absolutely no way to contact Ramjets. Can you please give me some contact information? And they said, no, we're not allowed to do that. Sorry, we're not allowed to give out any information about the claimant. And I said, okay, so what am I supposed to do? And they were like, yeah, you have to resolve the issue with the claimant. How am I supposed to solve the issue with the claimant if there is no way to contact the claimant? So to wrap this up, it's possible to anonymously claim other people's videos on YouTube. And the one who claims also gets to decide if his own claim is correct. And YouTube says they don't mediate, they don't get involved after they gave away the video. Now the story got even better. The reason why Ramjets claimed my video was not because they said they owned my song The Calling, but they said that they owned the rights to a song named The Calling from Andres Galvez. So I looked him up and I actually found Andres Galvez, and I found that he made a bootleg with my song The Calling. Now this is important. It's 100% okay to make remixes of my songs and bootlegs, and you can use my music in your videos and you can monetize those videos. Just don't monetize my videos, okay? So I contacted Andres and said, hey dude, you're claiming my videos, please stop that immediately. And he confirmed that he made a bootleg of my song, but he didn't even know who Ramjets or Power Records was. And he wrote a mail to my contact at YouTube confirming that he's the creator of the bootleg and that he had never licensed it to Power Records or Ramjets. And I haven't heard from YouTube ever since. Now I'm very positive that I will sort this out. I have fantastic lawyers in Los Angeles who are specialized in copyright protection and media law and all those things, and they've been working for me for years. So I'm very confident about this. But I won't stop there, because I found so many other people now that have similar problems. Content creators on YouTube who got false claims on their videos. And for example, Gus Johnson made a video talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, talking about it, not playing a single song at all, and got a copyright claim from EMI for using copyrighted music, which is a totally false claim. Drew Gooden, I hope I say his name right, he got a claim where the claimant used his name to claim his video. And those are just a few examples. The thing is, the bigger channels, we can somewhat defend ourselves, but there are so many small channels who cannot afford expensive lawyers, who don't have newspapers getting involved and putting pressure on YouTube. They just get a claim and they get threatened that if they dispute the claim, they end up with a strike and that their channel will get terminated. And this system has to change. Now, one word of warning, if you think now, maybe I could also claim other people's songs and maybe that's a good idea to make some money easy, don't do it, okay? First of all, it's not really nice, and also it's a serious claim. It's a false DMCA claim, and if you do false DMCA claims, the fines, they are easily a few $100,000, and if you're not able to pay those fines, you go to prison, so that's nothing to fool around with. Still, this system has to change. Now, some people probably say, YouTube, they don't care about the community at all. I disagree. YouTube does care about the community. When your channel starts to grow, they reach out to you, they invite you to events, they educate you about running a YouTube channel, they even give you a huge movie studio for free. You just have to book it and you get it. That's amazing for a platform. No other platform does that. SoundCloud doesn't reach out to me and say, hey, here's your free recording studio. Instagram doesn't give you like free education about shooting photos. So YouTube really cares about the community. But what we have to do is we have to raise awareness that the copyright protection system is abused on a regular basis. Now, what can you do? First of all, of course, you can share this video and like it and comment on it so more people will see it. And you can talk about the whole thing on social media. I would suggest the hashtag #FixYouTubeCopyright. And I have set up a petition. You can find the link to this petition in the description of this video. Now, the petition is very simple. We ask YouTube to stop assuming that claims are automatically correct. We ask to remove claims immediately when they're obviously false. We ask to penalize false claims through strikes, so penalize the false claimants and not only the content creators. We ask to only accept claims from validated and credible claimants, and in case of doubt, give out the contact information to the content creator. Now, if this is some change that you'd like to see, please sign the petition and please share it as much as you can. Now, before anybody comments below this video saying, this doesn't make any sense, YouTube doesn't care, nah. Listen, there are two types of people in this world. There are people who give up easily, people who don't care, people who are just passive. Usually we call those people losers or victims. And there are people who just shape the world the way they like it to see, and people who don't give up. And usually we call those people heroes or bosses or winners. And we all have both inside of us, and we all have been both before. But at any moment in our life, we can make the decision which kind of person we want to be. And now it's up to you. Thank you so much for watching.
Why is this happening to me again? What the fuck? So, remember that video where I spoke about how this company claimed every single one of my videos for the outro song that I have a legal license to? That video got copyright claimed! So what happened this time? What has caused it? Surprise, surprise, it's my outro song again. And they've claimed my shitty flute outro song as well, which makes no sense to me at all. So, this time it's quite a bit different and a bit more severe than last time. I know last time was extremely severe, how can it be more so? This time it is by Sony ATV and they've claimed the musical composition on my outro. First of all, the song that I own a license to is P. Holler, Do It For Love. This song, okay? You get the point. You know the song. Now, they're also claiming my shitty flute version of this song. Haha, very funny. It's ruined your ears for months now. So what they're claiming is they're claiming it from this song. So they're claiming the musical composition that I've infringed on is from this song, Bottle It Up.
I do it for love, love, love.
So this is the original song that P. Holler remixed, but P. Holler's work is then transformed, and then I bought the license to the remix version, which doesn't infringe on the original copyright. What I can understand why they've claimed this, because that has her singing in it and it's somewhat similar composition, but even then it's different. What I can't understand is how they've claimed my shitty flute version. That thing is a complete butchering. Like, listen to this song.
Love, I do it for love. Love.
You hear that? You hear that? Now listen to this. Ah, yes! They are near indistinguishable. I cannot tell the difference. Which one is playing? You will not know because they are too similar. For fuck's sake. God damn it, YouTube. So, Connor, you're thinking, well, you know, surely you just disputed the claims and you won, Connor. That's what happened. That's always worked for everybody on YouTube. No. So I disputed all the claims about a week later, and that in itself was extremely risky of me, because if I lost 4 of them, they could have got rid of my channel. And I lost them all, so, you know, doesn't really matter, you know. I lost every single fucking claim. And I didn't want to have to make this video. I wanted this to be sorted in private, but I've gone through YouTube's dispute system, and it doesn't work. And if you aren't convinced that these claims have been done in a malicious fashion, 1, look at this. A music composition manually detected. Whoever has done all of these manual claims knows exactly what they're trying to do, and they are doing it with the sole intention of making as much money as possible from me. And they don't give a shit about protecting their copyright. They could care less. This person wants to milk me for all the money that I'm worth, and I will show you why. My first point, if let's say, for example, you were to make a video, and at the end you use 20 seconds of my shitty flute remix, let's say, you do that for some reason. Why would you want to hurt someone's ears like that? And anyway, that's not the point that I'm trying to make here. The point is, if I claimed that video then that you used my song in, I would give you a timestamp of saying when you used that song, because, you know, that's how it works. I can only say where you infringed on my copyright. But these guys have just gone ahead and just claimed the entire video, so I don't have a choice in muting the audio, which is what I would have done because I would have liked to have gotten rid of this damn claim. And this just goes to show that they don't care about protecting the copyright. They just want to make sure that I can't stop them from making money from me, because if they had given me the timestamps where the copyright material was, I could mute them. And I believe YouTube is changing this in a month or 2, but that's not going to help me now. I need it help now. So next to the videos that have been claimed, you'll see this cute little $half thing, and that means that I'm revenue sharing, or revenue split, as YouTube likes to call it. And you're probably thinking, awesome, I mean, you're only losing like half the money. And no, I'm not. I'm losing as much as the company wants to take. So, you know, where it says that I'm sharing revenue with Sony, for all I know, it could be 99% to 1%. It could be even less than that. I don't know, and I never will know. They aren't required to tell me, and YouTube doesn't force them to. And there's a really funny pattern to how they've gone about doing all these copyright claims. And I'm going to show you what they did. They went to my channel. They went to my channel right here. They went to the videos tab. They went to sort by most popular. Because they didn't claim all of my videos, they only claimed the popular ones. AKA the ones that make them money. Because they didn't go through all my videos by upload or anything like that. They clicked here, clicked by most popular, and went down the list and just claimed every single fucking one. I'm actually so furious with all of this, and I'm so sorry. Like, I hate being this upset about things, but like, this is really just like... So on this video, right, they have claimed the musical composition, and it isn't my outro this time, funny enough. Let's listen to what they have claimed. So on this video, they've claimed that I use a song called Blonde Lead the Blind. Now I was like, what the hell is this song? I've never heard of this in my life. So I opened it up, it's this song. I don't use that song in the video. It's not even there. Like, that song is not in this 15-minute video. I went to the video file, I looked at all the MP3s in there, and none of them sound even remotely like this song. So they've claimed me for a song that isn't even in the video. And when I disputed this, I told them, this song isn't in the video. I don't know what you're claiming it for. And they rejected my dispute. They said I was in the wrong. No, it claims their copyrighted material. That song isn't in it. God damn it. And this is just so fucking... This is so annoying. Like, how? How is this system a thing? This is the most inadequate system ever. And it's so frustrating because if this dispute didn't win, this specific one didn't win, then how the hell was I going to win any of the other ones? And it just goes to show that whoever did these claims was being extremely heavy-handed with them doing it, and they knew exactly what they were trying to do. And I wish YouTube would help me. I lost every dispute, which could have got my channel terminated. Everyone told me not to dispute them all because I could easily get my channel deleted, and I didn't care because I wanted to do what was right. I wanted to go through YouTube's system. I knew I was in the right. I had the license to this song. How? And it sucks because the whole YouTube system is rigged. You're never gonna win. YouTube has to help you, and YouTube never helps. And I think that's what's like the most frustrating about this whole thing is that I don't get to talk to anyone. No one talks to me. I have to talk to a wall of bots and emails. It took me 3 hours to counter all those claims, and I lost them all anyway. I try my best to like talk to anyone at YouTube about this, and nobody will talk to me. All I get is automated response after automated response, and we can't help you with this. Go through the proper channels. The proper channels are broken. They don't work. And I'm losing thousands of dollars because of this. Let me show you the damage that has been done. This is my revenue the past week. As you can see, I was making about $200 to $300 every single day on YouTube. And then ever since these claims happened, I'm making about $40 and $30 on some days. And it's so frustrating because YouTube tries to make it out like they give a single shit about you, and they do not at all. They don't. And this is literally why I just never go to any YouTube events anymore, or anything like related, or anything that YouTube invites me to, because they don't give a shit about me. They just want to post shit on their Twitter like, oh, our creator's at the YouTube space, look at him go. Like, no, fuck off. Like, how about you just help me with my copyright bullshit that is so obviously like manipulative? I have someone at YouTube who's called my partner manager. I had one who for a while who was amazing. She was fantastic, and then she left the company or swapped jobs or something, and then I got a new partner manager, and now they do not help me at all. They don't respond to my emails or do anything. It's supposed to be someone at YouTube who I can contact in London and speak with, but they never respond to my emails. So YouTube is always like, yeah man, we care about you and we want to help you, and then they also just don't reply to anything. When I joined YouTube, I did it because I loved making videos. Like, I love what I do. I love making people laugh. I love being an idiot. I love entertaining. That's like what I'm about. And it's so sad that this platform has just slowly ruined that for me. Like, I still love what I do and I find a lot of joy in it, but whenever I have to deal with any of this stuff, it's so stressful, and YouTube doesn't help you at all, and they don't want to help you. Even when it's so obvious and cut and dry like this that I'm in the right, I'm still the one being fucked over, and I'm the one who has to deal with this shit. And like, it's just, what do I do? Like, I don't want a team of people surrounding me. I want to do what I love, but at the same time, it's like I can't avoid that. Like, if I didn't have an editor, Evan, you're a boss. I would not be doing videos a lot of the time because I get so caught up with bullshit, and I have to do so much admin that I hate it. I just want to make funny things. Like, why am I always caught up in this shit? This month has been the most stressful month of my life on YouTube. It seems like nearly everything has gone wrong, and it's so hard to be motivated to do my job and do what I love when every time I do, it just gets fucked over. Like, I don't understand how they're claiming the shitty flute version. That literally isn't the same thing at all, and YouTube is just letting it slide. Like, please, YouTube, if you're watching this, can you do something? So what now? What am I gonna do now? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly really don't know what I'm gonna do. I honestly want help from anyone. If anyone is a professional in this field and wants to help me out, I would really appreciate it, because I just don't know what to do. I've lost all the disputes, and I don't know how, because they haven't told me anything. Like, they haven't had to. It's amazing. Like, I give them I have to write like a full essay in my dispute, but they can turn around and just say nothing. And look, that's all they say. After reviewing the claim, Sony ATV Publishing has decided that their copyright claim is still valid. What? I have to give you the fucking Da Vinci Code script, and you can just do that back? Are you for real? What? Why is it upheld? Give me your reasoning. Prove the copyright ownership. Prove how I'm wrong. Why? How can you do this? So I think from now on, what I'm going to do to fix this is just have 20 seconds of pure shouting on my end for the new outro. Until I can figure out something better. So from now on, all you're going to hear at the end is just me screaming or saying random stuff. Enjoy, because I think that's the best thing I can do. I spoke with a lawyer today about it, and he seemed very confident about it. But just to get a letter written is like near $1,000. And I really kind of don't have the money to really pursue this. If anyone could help me or give me some advice, if anyone knows the top dogs at YouTube who could help me fix this shit, I would really appreciate it. If you're watching this, can you please share the video around and please spread this like the plague? I want YouTube to address this because right now they're ignoring me and not helping me at all. And maybe the right person will see it, or maybe they'll back off. I really don't know. I just think making a big fuss about this will maybe lead to something, because I honestly don't know. So my new outro is just going to be me shouting like this. Ah! Why is copyright a fucking bitch? I hate it. Please, I want my money back. Give me my kids. Ah! Please subscribe, and I'll stop shouting.
Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here, and welcome to 2019, where your voice can be copyright claimed on YouTube. Apparently that's a thing. A couple days ago, I did a private stream, and this was the result of that private stream. Okay, so I just finished doing a stream for 9 minutes, testing my voice on my new compressor, noise gate, and noise suppression I was doing for my mic. And after the stream uploaded automatically to YouTube under private, the stream was private as well. I have nothing there, no game, no background music, nothing at all. Apparently, CD Baby is claiming my stream between 4:33 and 5:03. This is what they're claiming. Hey guys. You hear that? That's my voice. Whoa. Me testing my mic out. My mic is being tested on stream, and they are claiming half a minute of my voice. So that's the tweet I put out last night. It got a lot of traction. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are talking about their experience with it as well. And this isn't something that's new to YouTube. A lot of YouTubers go through this all the time, especially when it comes to the music part of this, where people do music in the background that's not theirs and it gets copyright claimed. Then there's people who actually make music that is their own and it still gets copyright claimed by these bigger companies. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to this. This video is going to be more of how I feel as a content creator on YouTube when I see this kind of stuff going on, and especially when it happens personally to me, how I feel about staying on the platform or not. So something similar also happened before with another YouTuber called The Fat Rat, who makes his own personal music. He had one of his videos claimed by a company saying that it was their song, and he went through this whole thing, and a couple people covered this, especially one of the YouTubers I watch a lot, which is PewDiePie, and here's what he had to say about it.
His own song was claimed by another company as if he's infringing on their copyright. So basically, they get all the revenue from this song. And it looks as well that he has appealed this claim and that it has been rejected even. So YouTube does not come in and say, who's right here. It's basically entirely up to the company to decide whether this is fair use or not, which leads to it being abused most of the time. I mean, it's not really a conversation. One party decides who gets the money.
So with the Fat Rat situation, it actually got cleared up and everything's fixed for him. But to touch up on the last thing that PewDiePie said, when it comes to stuff that you have and someone tries to claim it, you can't do anything about it because the person claiming it is the one who decides the outcome. And I'm gonna show you guys an example right now of what happened to me a long time ago, and I've been too afraid to appeal the rejected dispute, because if I do, I can get my video taken down and also get a copyright strike, which is not good for my channel. That means I can't stream if I have one strike. So here's the stream. It was me, Byron, and Anthony, my two friends. We had a stream where we talked to the chat and we played Jackbox games. During that, I got a claim afterwards where Rooster Teeth LLC, and from what my research has done back then, this isn't the actual Rooster Teeth. The Rooster Teeth Productions LLC seems to be the proper one, but even them, they're not going to do something like this when it comes to a Jackbox stream. So I had this match. It's just me, my friends playing and talking to the chat. Knows how to hurt me. That's it. There's nothing else in this stream that would be claimed because it is just me and my buddies playing it. So I went ahead and I disputed it. Came back, they rejected it, and if I do it again, here's a little note that YouTube gives us. This will appeal the claimant's decision. Note, if they decide to uphold their decision, your video may get taken down and you may get a copyright strike. So I've sat there in fear this whole time because this is my full-time job. I do this and streaming full-time, making videos and streaming. So if I were to do this, I would lose the streaming part, and also my channel will get a copyright strike. There's more to that than just no streaming. So I didn't go for it. I just said, okay, well, I'm gonna back off then, since I'm a smaller YouTuber and I probably can't do anything about this. I'm just gonna leave it be. The stream only got 1,900 views. It's not huge. They're not making a ton of money off me, so I just let it go. But this is my point here. As a small content creator, or just a content creator in general, I don't feel safe. I don't feel like my content is getting out there the way I want it to, because I'm scared of any type of music that might appear in the games I play or during my streams, or anything I might put in my video without knowing, because in the future that certain thing can be claimed for some reason. So there's a lot of fear when it comes out to YouTube, and here's many examples. My voice being copyright claimed on a stream that was private because of the algorithm or the bot they have set up, which I'm also going to show you guys because YouTube did reply. So Team YouTube responded and it said, "Thanks for flagging this. It looks like the match system really blew it on this one. We're going to figure it out, what went wrong, and fix it. CD Baby dropped the claim as soon as they saw the dispute, so at least that part of the process worked." Someone replied to YouTube about this and they said the fix should be to punish false copyright claims, to be honest. YouTube actually responded, Team YouTube, and said, to clarify, this isn't something that CD Baby initiated. This was a mistake with the Content ID matching tool. As soon as they were made aware of the claim, they released it. So this isn't at fault of CD Baby, but it is at fault of somebody, being YouTube and their ID matching tool. So according to everything that just happened to me now, the situation I sit in is where I don't feel safe uploading a video or stream because I worry about it being claimed by someone and me not having the tools to actually fight back. Now, there might be something I might be missing on this. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not 100% on all this. I don't know all the knowledge. There might be something I can do. And if there is something that us content creators can do to fight back on this, let me know down below in the comment section, not just for me, but for anyone else watching this video. But this is kind of the stress that we go through. Is our video going to get through today, or in a couple of months or a year or so, or is someone going to claim it and we can't do nothing about it? It's not really a good feeling as a content creator to have this in the back of your mind if your video is going to get claimed or not claimed by someone. So this pushed me towards streaming on Twitch. A lot of the videos I've had, a lot of streams I've had have been claimed just for no reason at all, and I can't do nothing about it. There's more things I can show you guys, but I'm pretty sure I showed you enough to get the point across. This is something I want to know how you guys feel about it. If you're another content creator out there, how do you deal with these issues? And if you're someone who's interested in becoming a YouTuber, does this push you away from the platform and make you look at other places to stream or make videos? How do you guys feel about this? With all that being said, I do hope in the near future this does get fixed. It's not the best feeling to have a video uploaded and you can't do nothing about it. The Content ID tool also needs a fixing, but I guess in the end of the day, that's how Mafia works.
So here we are. They've finally done it. They have broken me down. All I ever wanted to do was make dumb videos and just have a good time. But here we are, boys. Today we are going to be talking about copyright abuse and how it is killing YouTube. You heard that right. This is a political video from the guy who's known for editing Dark Souls characters into King of the Hill. Last week I published a video titled, I Ruined Dark Souls Forever. It was a mashup of Sword Art Online and Dark Souls 3, with a good 50 hours of work put into painstakingly recreating the entire OP. It was, of course, immediately claimed and monetized by Sony, which is something I had anticipated. Before I had even started editing this video, I had conceded that I would never see a cent for it. I make videos because I like making videos. Missing out on some revenue here and there is the price you pay for creativity these days. So I published this video on the weekend, and it was pretty well received. I don't track analytics as it's unhealthy to obsess over numbers, but I do read the comments and they were very positive. And as a side note, I really do appreciate that. So this video does seemingly well over the weekend, and then Monday morning rolls around. I wake up and flop out of bed and go to check my email and Discord, and what do I happen to find? My video has been taken down, and I now have a copyright strike on my channel. Okay then, guess I'll just go die. Thank you. Now I have a lot to say about this, as the circumstances around this copyright strike are incredibly odd, and I'm pissed off. But before I get into that, I think it's better that we roll back a few months to where this all actually started. Some of you may be aware that over the past 6 months or so, a lot of YouTubers have been having serious issues with copyright claims. A few of you have probably seen me bitching about it on Twitter every few weeks, and a lot of big YouTubers like PewDiePie and MrBeast have been having the exact same problem. While copyright claims have been a part of YouTube for almost 10 years now, these recent claims have been a bit different, and that's what I want to talk about first. Before we start, I'm going to quickly explain what the difference between a copyright strike and a copyright claim is. If a video has a claim placed on it, it's automatically monetized, and all the money goes to the company that claimed it. Claims do not hurt your standing with YouTube, and are generally not very serious. A copyright strike, however, is a huge deal. A strike is generally issued as an official copyright takedown notice, and it completely removes the video from YouTube. If you get 3 strikes on your channel, it's over, dude. You're done. You do not want a copyright strike on your channel. Over the past 6 months, I've noticed a pretty big increase in the number of copyright claims that I've received. And all of these claims seem to have a few things in common. They specifically target videos that have a lot of views. The content they are claiming is incredibly short. I've seen music clips as short as 3 seconds be claimed this way. The claims are always filed manually, and they intentionally disregard fair use. I also happen to notice an incredibly disturbing pattern in the claims that I've received. Here are all my videos that have had copyright claims placed on them by UMG very recently. All of these videos were manually claimed, and all of them were claimed over using 5 or 6 seconds of music. The only exception here is this video which has almost no views, so we will toss it out since it was automatically detected. If we now sort these videos by the date they were claimed, you'll notice they were claimed in order, starting with one of my most viewed videos of all time, and going down from there. There also appears to be a correlation in the time between the claims and the gap between the view counts. So this brings up the question, is there someone literally watching through all of my videos looking for any tiny detail that can possibly claim the video over? And guess what? The answer is yes. And I can prove it. This is a list of job postings for Create Media, one of the companies that's been placing claims on my videos. And look what we have here. Manual Claim Expert. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I knew something like this had to exist, as it's the only thing that explains the current situation, but I still can't believe that there are people out there doing this job. I can't help but wonder if the people doing this job realize or even care that what they're doing is directly hurting people's livelihoods. And as for the job itself, it's pretty awful. $13.35 an hour, part-time, and located in LA. I doubt that even comes close to covering the cost of living there. And, oh wow, look at that. They don't even provide you with a computer to work on. That is fucking classy. Now, I'm going to take a step back, because I know it's a bit of a stretch to infer that if one company is doing this, then all of them must be doing this too. But I think it's a fair assessment that if it's possible to be an expert in manual claims, then there must be more than a few companies hiring for a position exactly like this. But let's just go ahead and assume that manual claims experts are not responsible for the absolutely ceaseless tide of copyright claims over the past 6 months. Is there something else that could be responsible? Well, I have a theory, but it is mostly speculation. Most of you are probably familiar with YouTube's Content ID system. Whenever you upload a video, YouTube scans it for copyrighted content, and if it detects something, it automatically places a claim on it. The result is that if you upload an album of music or a TV show, it will immediately get claimed and it will be monetized for the people who own it. But if you are only uploading tiny samples of music or heavily edited bits of TV shows, the system will not claim it because these kinds of things tend to fall under fair use. Now, I believe that big publishing companies like UMG and SME are developing algorithms that scan YouTube for anything they own the rights to with no regard for how it's used. An algorithm that's designed to catch anything, no matter how short it is, and then automatically claim it. There is some evidence for this being the case, and it's a terrifying prospect if it turns out to be true. Fair use already gets absolutely trashed by big companies on a regular basis, and small channels have basically no recourse but to lie back and take it. I don't want to see a future where quoting a movie or referencing the lyrics to a song will instantly get you copyright claimed or censored. You may think I'm exaggerating here, but this shit is already happening. Just as an example, PewDiePie jokingly sang Despacito in a video he did last year.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cielo despacito. Deja que te digas cosas al oído, para que tu arco se lo da tu amigo. Despacito.
And of course, later that week, the video was claimed by UMG. Recently, Ethan Klein spoke on his podcast about a previous episode that was claimed for showing the trailer to a 20-year-old movie. A trailer. Really?
And every time we finish the episode, we go back and then we're like, oh, we got claimed by
Oh yeah, our last step got claimed. What was it for?
a movie trailer.
Oh yeah, a movie trailer from Tiptoes from fucking like 2000. Sony's like,
We gotta collect every dollar that we can off of this movie.
Sony's like, do I smell a trailer from 2003? Oh, we own you.
And there was also a really amazing incident recently where Mr. Beast had a video claimed for saying the lyrics to a song with no context to the original song. Let me repeat that. He said the lyrics to a song, coincidentally, without even knowing the song existed. And a company claimed the video for that. Imagine unironically wanting to live in 2019. Alright, so let's now talk about disputes. When a company places a claim on one of your videos, you have the option to file a dispute stating why you think the claim is invalid. The company can then release the claim or uphold it. If they decide to uphold the dispute, you can file a counterclaim, which either results in the claim being released or the video being taken down. Now this sounds fine in passing, but there is one little problem. The company that files the claim also determines the result of the dispute. That's right, boys. They get to be judge, jury, and executioner. Now bear with me here. This next bit is absolutely shocking, but most of these companies abuse this power and always uphold their disputes regardless of whether it's valid or not. I know, it's just, it's mind-bending. How could we have possibly seen this coming? We only gave them absolute control over the entire situation, and then they abuse it in their favor. No, how could we have known? So on top of all that, they also purposely take as long as possible to respond to any dispute. This is likely in an attempt to make you wait so long that you've forgotten about it so that you don't try to contact them or fight back against the dispute. I'm serious, I've filed like hundreds of disputes in my time on YouTube, and I've never seen a company respond in less than 10 days. I would say the average is actually the full 30 days that they're allotted. They sit there all day placing claims left and right, but when you send out a dispute, it takes them a month to respond to it. Awesome. And you know what? Before we move on from this, I'm going to go through a few more of my videos that have been claimed that I currently have an active dispute going on for that's taking forever. My Divinity Original Sin video was claimed by UMG for using 14 seconds of the Oh Yeah song. 14 seconds. Alright, sure. My Dark Souls 2 in One Hit video was claimed by UMG for using 8 seconds of Spooky Scary Skeletons. Alright, yeah, okay, cool. My Dragon's Dogma in One Hit video was claimed by Create Media for using 5 seconds of a song called 30. 5 seconds of music over the course of a 10-minute long video. I can't believe fair use is fucking dead! So recently, I hit the limit. I am not willing to take any more fucking abuse from this, so I decided to try and get in contact with some of these companies and try and work things out. And so we began with the tale of Create Media, the ones who claim my Dragon's Dogma video. A common misconception people have about copyright claims is they seem to think that YouTubers have some method of contacting these companies involved. The reality is, none of these companies provide any method of getting into contact with them, likely on purpose. This ends up contributing to the problem as it gives creators on YouTube even less recourse to work out their problems with the claimants. So when I received this claim from Create Media, I went to their official website and managed to find a tiny bit of contact information. I wrote a pretty blunt email and sent it off to them. A week goes by and I don't hear anything from them. The only thing I do get is an automated response telling me that the email was received and that there is an open support ticket for it. So I follow up asking what's going on and let another 2 weeks go by. Nothing. I'm fed up with waiting at this point and I don't know what the hell's going on, so I send a second email from a different address and word it in a much more friendly way, and let that go for another week. Still nothing. At this point, I'm fucking done, alright? Me and my friends dig up their address in LA and find a phone number associated with that address. We give it a call and, it's been disconnected. Alright. So we scour their website and all their social media accounts and business accounts, looking for any form of contact that's still valid. And the only thing we find is a Twitter business account. I leverage my Discord server to get everyone to tweet at them simultaneously and just bombard them with ats. And it finally fucking worked. I got a DM from them. You might think this is the end of the journey, that I've reached the Holy Land finally. But it's only just begun. Now, even considering the circumstances, I think it would be rather scummy of me to post the Twitter DMs. So I'm just going to paraphrase their responses. Hello, how can we help you? Hi, I own the YouTube channel Inferno Plus. I recently had a claim placed on one of my videos by your company, and I've been trying to contact you guys for like 2 weeks. What's going on? Okay, what's your email address? I sent an email from this address and a second email from this address. If it's not an issue though, I'd appreciate it if we could just handle the situation right now in the DMs. Okay, we'll contact our copyright team. We can't find the email you listed. What address did you send it to? This is a huge red flag. What the fuck does he mean by that? There is only one email address listed for this company. I didn't have a choice. So I give him the email address that I used to contact them, and he responds telling me to forward it to a completely different address. Now, before we jump straight to conclusions, there are 3 ways we can interpret the situation. The email on their site could just be wrong, and it could be an honest mistake. But this is not very likely because there is an automated support system behind it that did give me a response. The other possibility is that the support staff is just incredibly short-staffed, and it does actually take them 4 weeks to respond to a simple request. And then there is, of course, the possibility that the email on their site is deliberately fake to make it harder to contact them. I hate to be a pessimist, but case 3 is the only one that makes any sense. Everything else is just too unlikely or stupid. So to get back on track, 48 hours pass, and I still don't have a response. So I ping the guy on Twitter again, since I've already slid into his DMs. Hey, it's been over 48 hours. What's the status on that email? And also, I'm just curious here, what's the email listed on your site for if it's not for contacting the company about copyright problems? Now, I pose this question to them to hopefully give them a chance to clear their name here. But 5 more days pass, because of fucking course they do. And I get a DM telling me that I need to be patient because it may take another 2 weeks to get back to me. I need to be patient. What the fuck is this? So putting that aside, you may notice that they completely ignored my question about their listed email address. The only logical reason for ignoring such a simple and innocent question is because they have something to hide. And that is where we currently stand. If this claim ever gets resolved, however unlikely that may be, I will pin a comment in the comment section with the details of what happened. But as it stands, I've seen RuneScape scammers with more integrity than these degenerates. I wouldn't count on a response. Ever. Moving on. Let's talk about some of the other claims I've gotten. Like I said, UMG is responsible for a lot of them, and they have shot down all of my disputes where I cite fair use without any mercy. I've recently adopted a new strategy, though, to fight back against these kinds of claims. Whenever I get a claim over some tiny amount of music, I just pop open the YouTube editor tool and mute the audio for the couple of seconds that music is played, and then I dispute the claim. So far, they have only responded to one dispute where I have muted the music in this way, and they did in fact release that claim. I am happy about this because it is a small victory, but at what cost? Having to do this actively degrades the quality of my videos. It hurts the experience for you guys, the viewers, I'm being forced to make a choice between letting these big companies bully me or having to mutilate my own videos to fight back. And it sucks. Now, before we move on to the next section, I want to cite one more dispute that I had. About 7 months ago, I had a claim placed on one of my old videos. It was a video where I used the Animal Crossing OST, but a company called STEM Disintermedia claimed the video, stating it was something completely different. Obviously, this was a completely bogus claim, and I immediately disputed it, stating that the song that I used had nothing to do with the song they were claiming it as. 3 weeks roll by, because of course it does, and then I get a response. They rejected my dispute, stating that they had rights to the Animal Crossing OST. What am I supposed to say? We're just ignoring facts and reality? Okay then. So I'm just oof at this point. I looked up their contact information and sent them a pretty harsh email. Another few days pass, because of course they do, and I get a response with them just apologizing and saying, oh, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Twice. So you accidentally claimed the video, and then you accidentally rejected my dispute. Are you... No. No. I know that so far this video has been nothing but doom and gloom, and I haven't really addressed the core point that I'm trying to make. How copyright abuse is killing YouTube. The sort of copyright abuse that I've been talking about for the past 8 pages is hurting creators, and especially smaller creators who are just barely making ends meet to begin with. Imagine if you were a small YouTuber who's working super hard to make videos for your 50,000 or so subscribers. Then one day, out of nowhere, UMG swoops in and yeets half your revenue. Suddenly, you can't afford to pay your bills, and you have to find a new job. That's how your channel dies. Killing small and up-and-coming creators is obviously bad for YouTube in the long run, but it's still not the true root of the problem. The core issue is that YouTube as a company is content to sit by and let this happen over and over and over. UMG can dish out thousands of questionable or downright false claims every day and suffer no consequences for it. And you know how the old saying goes, give UMG an inch and they'll take all your revenue. Or something like that. The point is, if companies are allowed to operate like this without being punished for it, they will just keep pushing the envelope. It's pretty clear that when given the choice between upholding the rights of an individual and a quick buck, well, it usually goes something like this.
Would you step on this doggy for $2 million?
Article 13 actually happens to be a pretty good example of what could happen. Fast forward 2 years from now, and every single file you upload or download is automatically scanned for copyright. And if you dare to share an illegal meme, then a tax is automatically deducted from your bank account. Oh, you want to post that SpongeBob image macro you made? Well, you better pay up, faggot. It's going to cost you. I know I'm exaggerating, but I just want to make it clear. This is a terrible direction we are heading in. We cannot allow companies to act as arbiters of justice, dishing out sentences as they see fit. Content creators and even individuals need a way to push back. There needs to be serious consequences for copyright abuse. Something has to be done before it's too late. Fair use is a phrase that gets thrown around a lot these days, and as of late, it seems to be mostly getting thrown under the bus. Most of you are at least somewhat familiar with it, and I'm not going to cite the law word for word. Instead, I want to give you my thoughts on it. To put it simply, these are the criteria that I consider in my videos. Is the usage transformative through either editing or context? Does the usage seek to replace or provide a direct alternative to the original work? Is the usage of the original work as brief as it possibly can be within the context of the video? Does the usage directly harm the original work? And does the usage help promote the original work? I feel that these criteria very clearly separate copying an existing work from creating something new from it. I'd also like to go ahead and clarify my usage of context in my criteria. When I say transformative in editing or context, I'm basically stating that a video can be more than the sum of its parts. Adding music to a video, or vice versa, can easily add context to the resulting combination that was not present in either of the original sources. It's like adding hot chocolate mix to milk. The resulting drink is nothing like either of the two parts themselves. The combination of those two things makes something completely different. This is basically a fancy way of saying that people don't watch my videos because of the music I sample, but because of how I choose to sample it. I'd also like to make a case for how fair use helps promote the original works without replacing them. And I think there's no better example than This Is America. About a year ago, This Is America memes took off like crazy. And as a direct result of those memes, people who have no interest in that style of music were introduced to it. The first time I heard the song was through a meme. And when I went to go look up the original song, guess what? I liked it. It's a pretty good song. Memes directly promoted the song to me. Fair use directly promoted the song to me. Hell, I even made my own This Is America meme at the time that it was popular. I really did enjoy it, and of course it got fucking claimed, because, you know, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? It's time to talk about the copyright strike. So as I said before, I received the strike on Monday morning. There was absolutely no information given, and it was just a completely generic takedown notice. The thing I find incredibly odd about this whole situation is that you can easily find dozens of SAO videos all over YouTube. I don't understand why they decided to strike my video down when all of these other videos are still up and have been around for years. It also seems rather self-destructive to strike my video down when they had already claimed it. They were directly making money from the ad revenue on that video and only stood to gain from leaving it up. What would drive them to strike it down? The only way I could find out anything was attempting to contact SME directly. I did hope that maybe I could speak with their copyright team and get the strike resolved, but once again, I was just being naive. Really, really naive. Same as before, there was no contact information provided with the strike, so I did some digging and found a few phone numbers to various Sony offices. And here is how every single phone call went. Hi, my name is Todd Howard, and I'm looking for information in regards to a copyright takedown notice that was filed against me. Hold on, this is not the right office. Let me redirect you to the office you need to speak to. And so just repeat this conversation ad nauseum until I eventually, after 30 or 40 attempts, hit an answering machine to some guy who never called me back. I did this for 2 full days, keeping notes on every single person I spoke to and what phone numbers they redirected me to. I spoke with dozens of people, and yet not a single one of them could help me in the slightest. Eventually, I couldn't fucking take it anymore and did some more research, eventually running across a number to the Sony Japan offices, who were specifically responsible for filing this takedown notice. There was a little problem though. I don't speak Japanese. Luckily though, I did have some friends who were very fluent in Japanese and they agreed to call on my behalf. Here are the conversations that were transcribed back to me. These are from their memory, but they're smart dudes, and I trust their accuracy. You may notice that this call was very brief. My friend told me the rep he spoke with was actually rather rude, and he believes it was because of his accent, as he isn't a native speaker. Because of that, we got a second person to call on our behalf, who was a native Japanese speaker, and we got a noticeably different result. The response here was much more respectful, but unfortunately it was still completely useless. The number they gave us was a number I'd already called numerous times with no luck. Once again, this is just speculation, but I believe this is all intentional. They don't want people to resolve these strikes or claims. They just want to run you in circles until you give up. So without any direct statement from SME, all I can really do is speculate about why they filed this takedown notice. And I believe there are 3 cases that seem the most likely. The first, and what I believe to be the most obvious and probable case, is an automatic removal. It's possible that any video that contains material they own will get automatically removed if it receives a large number of views in a short period. Probably is just a safeguard against piracy or redistribution. The second and probably worst case scenario is that they just didn't like the video. There was nothing grossly offensive or awful about it. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they don't like that I changed the logo from saying Sword Art Online to saying Fat Cock Online. But surely a juvenile, stupid joke like that couldn't possibly be grounds for a strike. And in the incredibly stupid case where it actually is the reason, using copyright strikes to enforce selective censorship is a horrendous practice. The final and most unlikely situation is that the video was struck down in retaliation to me filing a dispute over it. When I published the video, it was immediately claimed by Content ID. This was something I had anticipated would happen, but I didn't anticipate that it was also going to be blocked in various countries because of it. So I filed a dispute in the slim hope that they would release the region restriction or possibly just the whole claim. In reality, though, all I expected was the dispute to be rejected, as that is basically the precedent that has been set 1,000 times already. Now, it may seem possible that they struck the video down as a response to me disputing the claim. I don't think this is likely because the time frame is too tight. As I've said before, disputes don't get responded to for weeks and weeks usually, and this was 2 days. I doubt anyone even saw the dispute. Now, if they did actually strike the video in retaliation to a dispute, though, that is an incredibly bad sign. It would mean they are essentially trying to scare people into not filing disputes at all. A statement of, if you even try and push back against us, we will strike your videos until your channel is gone. This would be a gross abuse of their power and also an obscenely hypocritical move. There are many documented cases of SME and other companies falsely claiming a video someone made, even when the owner provides evidence that they own all of the content. One of my favorite of these cases is a video of a woman playing one of Bach's compositions on piano. Sony actually had the balls to claim this music as theirs. They're saying, we own Bach's music. And when the woman filed a dispute, Sony rejected it, stating they own the rights to Bach. That is just... oh my fucking god. Alright, that's about it. I know this video was way too long, but it's something I feel is incredibly important. And whether you agree with my hot takes or not, please just be aware of the issue and how it's affecting content creators on this platform. I just want people to be aware of what's going on, because we need to push back against this before it's just too late. So I'd really appreciate it if people shared this video with your friends or even other content creators on YouTube. And you know, most people who watch me know I don't usually ask for stuff like this. I don't beg for subscribers. So hopefully you understand that I wouldn't do it now if I didn't have a good reason. And as for my channel, it's not going anywhere. I survived the adpocalypse and I survived transitioning out of Dark Souls 3 content. I'll survive this. You can expect more normal videos coming up soon. Or at least as normal and soon as this channel is possibly able to do. I know I'm a massive slowpoke, you know. Sorry for the delays and all that. So, have a nice day, guys, and don't forget to punch back up.